Alright guys, so tonight the plan is to try and get spark to this motor. So I picked up a whole bunch of stuff here. I got exhaust springs there. Exhaust springs are on there. New hose clamps. I got all the coolant lines all clamped. Coil. I figured out I didn't even have a coil, so I picked up a coil. I got that there. So I've got all the wiring here. I got everything bolted down. Got to start figuring out what wires for what here, since I got different colors for everything. Match up what I need to under here, get that all tidied up, and see if I can get this motor to spark. If I get the motor to spark, that's a great thing. Carbs, I cleaned them up. So those are all cleaned up, ready to go back together. I picked up some, what was it, 360 mains for it. That's what one guy recommended to fatten it up a bit there, so I did that. A whole bunch of nuts and bolts and whatever, and I decided that instead of running the twin fuel pumps, I decided to go to the single high flow dual out pump here. So I'm gonna try that. Like I said, with these duals here, too much stuff to maintain there, so hopefully this guy works for me. One guy recommended it, so hopefully he's right. Yeah, got a whole pile of stuff here, got to finish tidying up, and let's see if I can get spark here. Alright, so I've been tinkering with this for about an hour here. I'm still not sure what's up, so I'm gonna see if I can get a guy to help me out here and see if we can sort this out. So what I have is, I believe, is a 79 stator. I believe it's a 79 CDI, or sorry, 78 CDI and a 79 wiring harness. So I've got some different colors and stuff going on there, so I'm trying to get everything to figure out. I've got a couple of wiring diagrams, but I think I'm missing the 78 wiring diagram, so I'm going to get that and then see what I can do, see if we can make that work. But for now, I'm just going to focus back on the carbs here, see if I can get these all back together, replace some fuel lines and stuff here, and I'm a little more comfortable with this. So work on this for now until I get that wiring sorted out. Alright, so working away here on the carbs. What I did here is I've got these power jet carbs. I've been doing some reading. What guys say is what they'll do is they'll plug off the power jet there. So I've got a little cap screw there I just cut off, and plug that, and then up your main jet. So this had a 320 main, I believe is what it was. So I went up to a 360 with that power jet plugged off, and got the rest of, like I said, like rest of the carb all cleaned up and everything. I already got one done and in. So I'm going to do the other one here, get the carbs all buttoned up, maybe get the clutch on tonight too. Still don't have the wiring figured out yet, so maybe I'll tinker with that a little bit more tonight as well. Okay, so got the carbs on here, all the new fuel lines ran, and dropped the bottom half of the air box in here just to have a look. So what I ended up running is if you can see that there, that is it's a single in, dual out high flow Mikuni pump instead of running the two pumps. Just happened to be two holes that were perfectly spaced in the bottom here for that. So I just tapped them out, and that fuel pump bolted on right there. So ran the new fuel lines. Carbs, like I said, carbs are on, chokes are in, slides are in. So just got to start working on this electrical here. I'll pull out that air box. Just want to see if it's going to fit. Start getting this electrical tuned up here and see if I can actually get some spark. Because if I can't get spark, this is all for naught. So after a little messing around here, I finally got spark and I got things to work. What I ended up doing is I had this other CDI here. So I ended up hooking up that one. That one worked. I'm still not sure if the other one that I got bolted down there works or not, but I got spark. So I actually got this thing running. I'll show that here a little bit later in the video, but seems to run pretty decent right now. Then I'm just working on buttoning up a lot of other things here. Like I'll get I got the handlebar pad almost on. Throttles are all hooked up. One thing I got to do right now is solder here for the kill switch here. So instead of trying to source a new one, I'm just going to solder this guy back together and make it all work. So I'm going to do that, get that on, then I can button up those handlebars here, and then I'll show you a start. Got the kill switch soldered up here and put back into place. I'll get some new caps for new cap for that, a new cap for the dimmer switch here. Next step is, like I said, I gotta unbolt the CDI down there and put this guy in, get all this electrical all cleaned up and all the hoses all routed the way I wanted, and then I'll get the airbox in there, and then hopefully get the seat back this week, and then I can start working on the hood. I haven't decided if I want to get it all painted or just kind of put it together right now, because it's not like it's a full restoration, like I said, just a revival here, just good cleaning up and all rebuilding. So I'll probably end up just running the hood like that for now, and maybe in the future get it all painted and stuff. But got the toolbox back in there as well. But yeah, she's coming together. I'm almost there. All right, so I'm back out here tonight. I'm just going to tidy a few things up, get this other CDI in here. I got the motor unbolted and just kind of moved off to the side here, so I'll get that put on, and then tighten up my steering, which I forgot to do, I guess. So we'll get that aligned and tightened up, and then I can kind of tidy up the wiring and the cables and get the airbox back on, and then give this thing a fire up. Oh yeah, I bought a belt too, so I'll get that belt on. Alright, so I got the CDI switched out here. I got the wiring just kind of reconnected temporarily. I was just setting my clutch offset here, so all I do here is I just got a piece of aluminum flat bar here that sits across here. And the offset from this face to this face on these are 217 thou. So all I do is I lay this in here, set my calipers. What you got here, 217 thou. And then I just check the gap here between the flat bar and the clutch. Up top and bottom, make sure it's straight. Can't get that in blind, but you know, no, that's how I do that. So I'm just setting that right now. I'm gonna get that belt on, get the exhaust back on, and then see if this thing will fire up again. Oh, and I might put the airbox on first, see how it runs with the airbox on now. So that's what's next. Okay, so I kind of got things temporarily in place here, so I'm going to try and give this thing a start here again. Got the airbox on, got a belt on. Actually get some power to this track here and see how she rotates. So let's see if she'll start here for me. Now that I've been kind of screwing around with it. Smoking. Alright, so it's been a very long road there. As you can see, I did get it running. Not a very good video of it running yet, but what I'll do is once I get this thing tuned up a little bit better, and I'll do a good video of it running, and once I've got everything all set back in place here, and then obviously we'll get some good videos of it driving this winter. But it does run. I'll put a video at the end here of one that I had on Facebook of it running the other day, so I'll do that too. But yeah, once I get this buttoned up, hopefully, like I said, I'm supposed to get the seat back right away. Then I still got to finish up the electrical, kind of tidy it all up and decide where it's going to go. Just put the airbox on to kind of see where the electrical needs to run and see how I can tighten it up and make sure I still have spark and everything. But yeah, other than that, right now, I'll keep doing the videos as I keep going, but just glad it's running. Like I said, it's been a long road to get here. You got 4 different motors just to get that one motor in there. Went through this thing completely, all new bearings and seals and everything. If you've been watching the videos, you'll see all that. Like I said, it's not a restoration, just a revival, so it's not, you know, mid shape. I've cleaned it up and the best I can and painted some stuff. And once I get the hood on there, it'll look pretty good, I think, and the seat back on, and getting excited. It's September right now, so another couple months and we should have some snow on the ground and finally get out and rip on this thing. Get this and the entices all lined up, get some nice videos of that happening and some good pictures of that. So yeah, getting excited.